All right, guys, Shotty T here with the Alliance War video. This is the first war of the season, and I guess the opponent forgot that the season started today because they are missing some defenders, and they have some four-star defenders and not many rank 5 defenders. A lot of unawakened defenders. So this one was pretty much a W handed on a silver platter here. So, but there's still a couple of tricky fights, not necessarily in the path that I'm taking, but there were some tricky fights on on the right side. You see that Dragon Man over there. So they had a Domino down there on the path 9. And the mini bosses, I mean, on the left side, they're a little formidable. You got Nick Fury, Korg, but the global node is Protect. So I never seen this. I mean, Protect is pretty easy. I mean, as long as you don't attack over 300%, you don't got to worry about it. So there's no stubborn to worry about. So it's pretty straightforward war. So we're gonna bring in Venom, and who we just awakened, by the way. That video was not recorded, but I just awakened Venom, so that's pretty exciting. But we also got Claire, and we're gonna bring Havoc. So highlighted the opponents that I planned on fighting, but the entire right side at minis, I'm gonna hold it down with the champs I got, including the boss fight, which will be a pretty good fight. You'll see. So we're gonna go in here, and first fight is gonna be Void, a 4-star Void. I mean, it's just a joke. I mean, a 4-star Void versus a rank 3, 6 stars. It's not even close. So, but we still want to practice good habits. So this fight here, we're gonna make sure we knock him down, and then we're just gonna see how much damage we take. I'm not really worrying about the Void debuffs because they probably won't really do much damage to me. We'll get a chance to see though. Yeah, ticking. Yeah, I'm actually gaining health off of that. But I'm pretty sure the petrified one I would lose health on, but those I think I was gaining health 187 and losing health 140, so I was actually gaining health with the debuff. All right, so this next fight gonna be Nick Fury. We're gonna go ahead and use Havoc here. Once again, we're just gonna exercise good habits. Use a mutant against Fury. For the most part, I could have used either one of those other two against him though. Of course, the only thing tricky about this fight is that you cannot interrupt his heavy attacks. So, but that's about it. I mean, other than that, it's just the game plan here is to just get his first life down with just basic attacks, nothing special, and then when he gets to the second life, that's when I'll unleash my SP3 and that'll kill him. So that's the whole idea here. If there was a stubborn fight, it would be the exact same tactic. Like we're so used to playing stubborn like all season. Every single war was stubborn, and then right when the off season started, we had flow. Now, mind you, the last war that we lost, the war that finished the season, put us into tier 5. So this is a tier 5 war. So usually the opponents are easier, either defensively or skill wise. They're probably not good on offense. So and it looks like this one is just a combination of both. So, but again, you'll see it towards the end. I'll probably go ahead and launch my SP3 right now, but I'm just toying around with this guy really. I can really go ahead and throw it right now. Probably could have thrown it right when he was at 100%, but we're just buying some time, letting his health go down some more. And now we're just gonna go ahead and throw it here. And that's with the ebb and flow protection. So that's that fight there. I had a teammate take down Hyperion. And now we get to face Mighty 4-star Iron Man Infinity War. So this fight, we're just gonna use Claire. Just try to heal back any chip damage I take from the reparry, or if I make a mistake and get hit. And just keep an eye on his health pool when it gets below 50% with the recovery node. And also, of course, when he gets to 15% with his auto block mechanism. And this fight has recoil. Now, when I scouted the opponent, I didn't notice any recoil, but then again, they may not have had Matt Sig champs, so if I would have looked deeper into some of these profiles, I probably would have noticed some suicides out there. But I did do the regular scouting. Usually what we do, we kind of pre-plan our like common opponent strategy, like the opponents on nodes 22 and 23, as well as the mini bosses and the boss, because those are universal to everyone. And then each subgroup within their path of 3 gets to determine who takes the common opponents on those, and for better matchup purposes. So a lot of time I communicate with my threesome on who I'm planning on taking. I think, like I said, Hyperion, I'm not sure who took him. And then there's Dormammu heading to tier 2 that someone else took. And then I think I'll end up taking the opponent at the very top of the path with Kingpin. So here we got a Cord. Now normally we used to face him unawakened. So I mean not unawakened. Usually we face him awakened here. So and of course the main difference between him being awakened and unawakened is that unawakened version, you don't have to worry about him shirking off the parry, so you can just safely parry 3-hit combo. So that's just keeping it simple there. So we kind of mix it up what we do as far as the 3-hit combo or the medium attack, well, not medium, but the heavy attack to build up the mystic charges and the power gain. So just kind of playing around with this fight. Of course, I got hit early on. And I do make a little bit of a mistake, like tactic-wise, at one point in this fight. So now we have 19 charges. And now we cannot gain any more passive power gain unless we nullify a buff, which he doesn't have any. So we're just gonna do regular 3-hit combos. And like I said, there will be a mistake that I will make here. And the mistake is I throw an SB3, but he still had a rock stack active, so this SB3 is not going to do any damage. If I got rid of all his rock stacks, this SB3 would have killed him, especially with those 20 mystic charges. But instead, they go completely to waste to take out 1% of his health. But that's about all the drama in this particular fight. It's about to be over soon. Could have rushed in to counter him because I realized my last attack was a heavy, but it's all good. We're gonna see if we can finish him off here. 100% SB2, and we're done. Again, we had someone else take down Dormammu. I could have taken him too, but it's equal opportunity. All right, so now we got Hitmonkey here. We're just gonna use Venom. Keep it simple. Not gonna do anything crazy. Just gonna intercept here just to get him down as quick as possible. And we're just nailing the intercepts right now. That was a good light intercept there. I thought he was gonna purify that for some reason. I guess when he has that orange thing active, that's when he purifies. Yeah, he didn't play ball with me there with the light intercept. And he just launches a random heavy attack. So thank you very much. Alright, next fight we got Warlock. We're going to use Venom once again. He's bleed immune, so we don't have to worry about the added power gain when opponents are bleeding on this node. And plus, he's unawakened, but even if he was awakened, this will still be a decent matchup because he can't drain my power. He's a tech champ against Venom. He does not. He's immune to power drain against tech opponents. And also, with me having all these buffs on me, if I were to get infected, it's not gonna last very long. So, even if he was even if he was awakened, I wouldn't have to worry about that much degen. I could just sit back and wait it out, and it wouldn't take very long. We're just gonna use our SP1 to consume his armor up, heal some of that health back I took there. And again, this is a rank 1 defender. So the health pool is just not much. I mean, they're not touching these guys. They're not touching them. But took 5 hits though. All right, next fight here, we got Kingpin. Again, I could choose anyone. Havoc probably the worst person to pick with all those plasma buffs. So we're gonna use Venom once again. Venom. All right, and always gotta play it a little safe when you're playing against a Kingpin, when you parry him. So we're just gonna see if we can get like a cheeky intercept there, and there we go. See if we can get this health down, blitz it down. Once again, another rank 1 6-star defender. I do make one mistake at one point in this fight. Yeah, I tried to do the intercept. I was late with the light attack. So what we're gonna do is just gonna sit back a little bit and let the crumbling armor heal us a little bit. Just gonna dance. Just wanna dance a little bit. And we're gonna strike right when we're about to do a light. We're gonna do an intercept at one point. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. Unfortunately, I got very unlucky. Didn't get any bleeds there. But end of that fight. Can't wait to use the Awakened version in War. I think he starts off with an extra buff active, and he has like a % chance to have a 3rd buff active at the beginning of the fight, depending on his SIG level. So just more early damage, but long term it's not. I mean, just nice to have. He doesn't have to have high SIG, so I'm not putting any SIG stones in. Plus, he has terrible prestige, so I do have a bunch of cosmic SIG stones. I'm just gonna save. Probably gonna save whenever I awaken Captain Marvel movie or even Corvus. I know Captain Marvel movie has higher prestige. Now, if I awaken Silver Surfer, then it's gonna go to him. Hopefully, I can just awaken Corvus the natural way instead of having to use that 6-star generic whenever the Abyss is complete. So this is just gonna be a fight where we're not gonna stun the opponent. I get why Medusa is placed here because she's poison immune. So really, the only way you can stun her if you incinerate her. But we're just not gonna worry about stunning her. We're gonna go into our poison mode, and we're just gonna do 2-hit medium combos to keep. Because every time you attempt to place a debuff on the opponent they're immune to, Clara gains one of those mystic charges, and she gains power. So I got hit there. We'll mess up. I have to be pretty careful because her hair can clip me when I'm holding block, and if I mistime it, then I can mess around and get a parry by mistake and then get wrecked. But we got her Fury's under control now with the SB2, so I'm gaining mystic charges every time one of those failed to trigger because of that fake seal I have. So now we got 8 mystic charges. And even if she does get the 3, I can immediately nullify it. So this fight, I really don't have to worry about the auto block. That's pretty much the most difficult, most annoying aspect of Medusa. So now we go ahead and switch to the incinerate mode. Finisher off, 1% off. But we'll just hit into her block the finisher that way. And that's that. All right. Next fight here is going to be Korg. Once again, we're going to use Claire. We're going to keep this fight very simple. We're just going to let him hit into our block and bait heavy and just counter it. We're not going to parry him. That way we don't have to worry about limber. Brute force won't be an issue most of the fight with the tactic that I'm using. So overall, just like I said, these fights got a bunch of, and this is another rank 1 defender, I believe. I believe the Medusa was a rank 5-star. And he could be a rank 2, but the PI doesn't say that. So I think he's a rank 1 6-star defender. Of course, I didn't see the preview fight to see what he actually was, but it didn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to place one unawakened Korg on defense, but to place a second one is kind of strange. Like I said, if he's awakened, I understand, but unawakened Korg is not that great of a defender. I mean, if you can't evade the SP1, that can be an issue, but outside of that, there's nothing overly difficult about an unawakened Korg. And I was a little late there, countering his heavy attacks, so I got parried. But if you make a mistake with Claire, you got your SP2 to heal yourself back with her. So I just love that mechanic about her. Just makes things much easier. Gonna hit into this block there and do that special. And we get a little couple of backdraft intercepts there. And we're almost back at 100%. Do another little backdraft. There we go. All right. And we're not boosting, by the way, because like I said, it's just not necessary to boost. So the last fight, we got a Havoc, unawakened, rank 1. So we're gonna use our Havoc. Now, if he was rank 2 or if he was like a 5, rank 5, probably use like Warlock or somebody like that. Because the thing about Havoc versus Havoc, if the opponent has willpower, they're gonna heal off your plasma just like you'll heal off their plasma. So it's a slow movement early on in the fight. I'm gonna wrap up the plasma here though. And the idea is to heavy counter his heavy before he lands, because if he lands, then you could risk getting that feedback damage, because obviously Havoc doesn't take damage once those plasma debuffs expire, but he does take feedback damage if he has a plasma debuff on him, and it's pretty deadly even against a rank 1 6-star defender. So I have to just be careful there. But luckily, I fought Havoc on Havoc enough times to get an idea of the spacing should be on this heavy, for the heavy counter. So this is, again, another video I'm talking about spacing. So spacing is really an underrated tool. Spacing for specials, spacing for heavies, counter. And it takes dueling to try to practice a lot of this stuff. So once again, heavy counter before he lands. And our goal is to do this 5 times. That way I have the maximum prowess charges for my SP3. Like I said, my base damage is not doing much to him. The feedback damage is doing some work though. As the ticks that are going down is less than the, it's more than the actual willpower that's healing back. As long as I got like at least 3 or 4 of those plasma buff, because I do have the spare mastery. So now that we got 5 prowess, we're going to throw an SP3. So we go from 84% to 55%, so 30% damage. So we do 2 more of those, should be the end of the fight. And it's that first ramp up that takes the longest, but after you throw an SP3, He has 15 prowess charges, but it goes back to 5. So I don't have to worry about throwing as many heavies now. I can just race myself to another SB3. Heavy counter when it's convenient. And continue to evade his specials and bait those. You obviously don't want him to throw an SB3 against you. That's pretty much a death sentence. So that's really the only thing about this fight. He's not going to kill me with natural attacks. I mean, feedback and SB3 is the only way I could have died this fight. So now we got the second SB3s at 49%. So we expect this to take him around 20% here. Yeah, 21%. There we go. So one more should do it. And we still got 2 minutes left. So it is a longer fight. Like I said, if he was a rank 2, 6-star, or if he was a rank 5, 5-star, I would have used a different opponent. I would probably use Warlock. Or I could use my newly acquired Guardian. So that'll be interesting there. But anyway, one more SB3. This fight should be over. There's another heavy counter there. And now the feedback is ticking more than the damage he's dealing. And this should do it. So finish the fight at 100% without any hits. Thanks to willpower there. Willpower for the win. And you're probably not going to get a war easier than that there. No boosting, and health never got in jeopardy. And you'll see there, we're 8-4. We got one more opponent left, but it gets knocked down. So the opponent literally got stonewalled. They could not get past our court, who is awakened, and he's max sig, and they just completely left one section open. So just a few kills there. We get a few more because they really never got past that court. And we only had one more opponent left to fight at that point. So there you go. 5 kills there. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy your day.